Good morning, children. The next part we are going to deal about the same concept, only proof of contradiction, but some questions are different here. Prove that 5 minus root 3 is an irrational number if root 3 is irrational. So already given that root 3 is irrational and 5 minus root 3 we have to prove only. So as usual we have to take for the solution. Let us assume on the contrary, that is, let us assume 5 minus root 3 is rational. So 5 minus root 3 we can express in the form P by Q, where P and Q are coprime, and Q not equal to 0. Okay, now what happens here? 5 minus P by Q equal to root 3. What I have done? Root 3 I have taken to right side. So again, if you consider this one, we can take LCM 5Q minus P divided by Q also we can write, otherwise just write like this only. So 5P and Q are integers. What is the left side? 5P, Q are integers. Therefore, 5 minus P by Q is also an integer. Integer, or we can say and so 5 minus Q minus P by Q is a rational number. Now you see 5 minus P by Q is a rational. So how a rational number equal to root 3? Root 3 is irrational only. So rational cannot be equal to irrational number. So this happened because our assumption is wrong only. So we are accepting that 5 minus root 3 is rational. Once again we got a 5 minus P by Q is a rational. So if it is equal to this number means this side is rational, this should be rational only. But what is given in the question? It is given in the question root 3 is irrational. Otherwise also we know that root 3 is rational. So rational not equal to an irrational number. So we have to say that this happened because of our assumption is wrong. So we are accepting that 5 minus root 3 is irrational number. So I'll write here therefore root 3 is rational, which contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. This happens because of our assumption wrong. Hence, we conclude that 5 minus root 3 is an irrational number. Prove that 7 root 5 by 2 is irrational given that root 5 is an irrational number. So let us assume seven root 5 by 2 is a rational number. Seven root 5 by 2 equal to P by Q. Root 5 equal to 2P by Q. 2P by 7Q. Now 2P, 7Q are integers. 2p by 7q are integer is an integer, then therefore 2p by 7q is a rational number. See, one side it's a rational equal to the number means this side also rational only. Therefore, root 5 is rational. This contradicts the fact that what is given in the question, root 5 is irrational only. This contradicts the fact that root 5 is irrational number. This happens because of our assumption is wrong. Hence we conclude that seven root 3 by 2 is an irrational number. Prove that root 5 plus root 3 is an irrational number. Let us assume root 5 plus root 3 is an rational number. Let us assume root 5 plus root 3 is a rational number. So root 5 plus root 3 equal to p by q. I just want to keep root 5 here and root 3 that side. So root 5 equal to p by q minus root 3. So 5 squaring on both the side. So root 5 square equal to p by q minus root 3 whole square. Implies 5 equal to p square by q square minus 2 root 3 p by q plus 3. Now 5 minus 3 equal to p square by q square minus 2 root 3 p by q. What is 5 minus 3? 2 only. Now again p square by q square I am bringing to this side equal to minus 2 root 3 p by q. Next, only I want to keep here root 3. So 2p by q I am bringing to this side means q divided by minus 2p into 2 minus p square by q square equal to root 3. Now what is the conception? All numbers are rational because it is all integers, so the result is also rational. So root 3 is a rational, which contradicts again. 2, p, q are integers. Therefore q by minus 2p into 2 minus p square by q square is an integer. And so rational. Therefore, root 3 is a rational number. Unrational cannot be equal to irrational, right? But we know that but root 3 is irrational. This happens because our assumption wrong. So root 5 plus root 3 is an irrational number. Nature of decimal expansion of a rational numbers. See, when it is a rational number, it has two types of decimal expansion. One is a terminating decimal expansion, another one is a non-terminating repeating or recurring decimal expansion we are having. We already learned in the previous classes. Let us see this type of expansion, that is, first example 0.875, which we can written as 875 by 1000. Okay, 875 by 1000 can be written as 10 cube. I will write first. Okay, 875 by 10 cube can be written as 2 into 5 whole raised to 3. Right? So it is equal to 875 divided by 2 cube into 5 cube. When we cancel 5 cube, that is 125 in 875, we'll get 7 only. So we are getting the answer as 7 divided by 2 cube. Right? 0.875 we got as a 7 by 2 raised to 3. Okay, first answer we got. Next example 1.512 only. So 1.512 can be written as 1512 divided by 1000 only again. So 1512 into 10 cube. Again 1512 divided by 2 into 5 cube. So 2 cube into 5 cube only. After the cancellation you will get 189 divided by 5 cube. So the second answer is 1.512 equal to 189 divided by 5 raised to 3. Now let us see one more example, that is 0.01764. 1764 divided by 10 raised to 5. 1764 divided by 2 raised to 5 into 5 raised to 5. So once you cancel, you will get 4 raised to 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, 2 cube into 5 raised to 5. So we got the 0.01764 equal to 441 divided by 2 cube into 5 cube. See, all the three cases what we have got here, I'll write once again, that is all the three cases we have taken as a terminate. So 0.875, 1.512, 0.1764 can be written as 7 by 2 raised to 3, 189 by 5 raised to 3 and 441 by 2 cube into 5 raised to 3 only. So listen here what happens means we are getting the terms. Here one correction is that it is 5 raised to 5 only. So here also corrected. So all this having the denominator, if you check, it is in the form either 2 or 5 raised to power or 2 into 5 format only. That means when we are having 2 cube, we can write a 5 raised to 0 here. Here 2 0 is not there, so 2 0 I'm making. So it is a multiple of 10 we can make it, right? So multiple of 10 format it is. That is we learned that decimal numbers are called the powers of the 10 only. In the denominator powers of the 10 we can write, right? So the decimal numbers 875, the denominator we are writing powers of the 10 only, and if you are considering 10, the powers are 2 into 5 only. So what is the conclusion? Here we can make that when the denominator we are expressing in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, then we can say that the rational number is having a decimal expansion terminating one only, or terminating one is the decimal expansion, then the rational numbers denominator can be expressed in the form of 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, where m and n are the integers. Now let us see some other examples. Last year also we have studied that x equal to 0.333. This is called a non-terminating only, non-terminating repeating one only. Then we multiplied 10x equal to 3.333. Next, if you subtract this one, 2 minus 1, it gives 9x equal to 3, whereas x equal to 3 by 9, and it is equal to 1 by 3. So we are getting in the form p by q. So when the non-terminating decimal expansion is given, we can get in the form of a rational number only. So when we are taking 1 by 3, so we already know that its decimal expansion is 0.3333 only. That is a non-terminating one. So what is the numbers you are having in the denominator? It is not in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m is not possible, right? So the same way another example we can go for, that is 17 by 6 only. If it is 17 by 6, we can check that 2.83333 etc. So 17 by 6 also, what is the denominator? It is equal to 17 by 2 into 3. So the denominator, you see, 2 is present, but 3 also in addition to 2 is coming there. 5 is not present, but 3 is an additional number there other than 2. So we can say that it is having a decimal expansion, non-terminating, recurring one only. So similarly, you know that 1 by 7, 0.142 857 and a bar only. So this is also p by q form only. What is the denominator? Denominator is 7. It is not other than 2 and 5. So what is the conclusion we are making here? Means when a rational number is having the decimal expansion, two types, which is one is a terminating one and another one is a non-terminating recurring one. If it is a terminating decimal, then the denominator you can express in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, right? When the decimal expansion is non-terminating recurring, then we cannot express the denominator in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m. So what is the first point we are learning from the chapter? Means x be a rational number whose decimal expansion is terminating. X be a rational number whose decimal expansion is terminating, or we can say in the form p by q, where p and q are integers, or we can say p and q are co-prime. Then the prime factorization of q, that means denominator, prime factorization of q in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m. X is a rational number and its decimal expansion terminates, then we can know that the prime factorization of q or the denominator in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m. Now similarly the second point, x equal to p by q is a rational number such that the prime factorization of q in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, where n and m are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which terminates. That means converse. When the prime factorization of the q is in the form 2 raised to n, 5 raised to m, then the number is having decimal expansion terminating one only. The last point, x equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not of the form, it is not in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, then the decimal expansion which is non-terminating repeating. So this is the way we are making the conclusion. Terminating decimal expansion is having denominator in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, or not in non-terminating recurring means we cannot express q in the form 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m only. With this today's class I am winding up. Thank you.